Hi, everybody. Hope you're enjoying this really, really cold weather. It is so cold outside that we might not even have confirmation on Wednesday. But in case we do, just want you to be ready and prepared to talk about Jesus' ascension into heaven and his giving of the Holy Spirit at what is known as Pentecost. We're going to be moving into a kind of a new area of our study of the New Testament going forward here, where we're not studying so much about the life and teachings of Jesus, but we're going to be learning more about the Holy Spirit's work in spreading the gospel of Jesus Christ around the world and bringing more people to become disciples and followers of Jesus. And so as we think about the ascension, I want you to remember that for 40 days after Jesus' resurrection, he was showing himself to his disciples off and on. And as he would appear to them, he would remind them and show them that he was really, truly alive. He would eat in their presence, but he would also still teach his disciples. He still had a lot of things that he wanted them to know. So for 40 days, think about that, 40 days, almost a month and a half after his resurrection, Jesus appeared to his disciples off and on, teaching them and proving to them that he really had risen from the dead. Now, after those 40 days, Jesus had promised that he would send a helper or a comforter to come to the disciples, and by that he meant the Holy Spirit. And 50 days after Jesus' resurrection, we celebrate the festival of Pentecost, which is a celebration that reminds us of the coming of the Holy Spirit on the disciples of Jesus as tongues of fire appearing over their heads, as they spoke to people in other languages they did not even know about the good news of Jesus. And so Pentecost is a word that means five. Penta is Greek for five. And so 50 days after Jesus' resurrection, we celebrate Pentecost. And Pentecost was a Jewish festival that the Jews celebrated in Jerusalem, where they brought the first fruits of their spring wheat harvest. And they brought that as an offering to God and thanksgiving to God for their harvest that they hoped to bring in. And so the first fruits was the first part of the harvest that they collected, and they gave it to God as an offering. And so sometimes we refer to Jesus as our first fruits, because he was the first one to rise from the dead. And we, who will rise from the dead too, because of our faith in Jesus on the last day, will follow our first fruits. We'll follow Jesus and be part of that great harvest on the last day when God gathers his people to be with him in heaven forever. And so we're going to talk about those things this week. We're going to talk about Jesus' ascension and what that means for us. We're going to talk about Pentecost and what that means, not just for us, but for the life of the church and for the sake of all of God's people who become disciples of Jesus. Hey, stay warm out there this week. It's going to be bitterly cold. And if I don't see you on Wednesday, God bless you and have a great week. And if I do see you on Wednesday, can't wait to tell you more about Jesus' ascension and the giving of the Holy Spirit at Pentecost. God bless you. Bye-bye.